KITES Senior Care is the geriatric care brand that was set up in 2016 in Bangalore. Uh, we provide out-of-hospital geriatric care, which focuses on three large verticals, which is called the transitional care, number one, where we focus on post-surgery and post-hospitalization rehabilitative care. The second care is we focus on palliative care for seniors and elders. And finally, we also provide dementia care. We attend to different forms of dementia, predominantly Alzheimer's. Dr. Rima will talk in detail about all the three conditions. I will spend some time about our journey. About 5-6 years ago, Dr. Arvind, Dr. Rima and I, we said we should actually pursue geriatric care, which is very close to our hearts. More so because we come from family of elders, and also India as a country is moving from a younger population to an older population. People are living longer. The active life, productive life age has increased in India, and people are also moving from a joint family system to a nuclear family system. Due to advancement of science and technology, people are living longer, but because of this change in the society norms, the quality of life is questionable, and therefore there is more to do with regard to the medical care for seniors and elders as they age. This prompted us to get started with a brand exclusively for senior care in India. Until then, and even now to some extent, we live in a joint family system where, grandchildren, son, daughter, daughter-in-law, they take care of the parents, in-laws, etc. and all that stuff. But that is going to change. It is already changing. We are seeing that. What we are talking about is also very well established in developed countries, more specifically United States of America, Japan, Singapore, UK, etc., where care for elderly as a separate vertical is very well developed. In 2016, we got started with a daycare center and home-based care for elderly. We wanted to create an environment where healthy seniors can come and be part of our system, visit our center every day or once in 2 days, spend some time in the facility where there will be a lot of activities for them. It will have basically yoga, exercise, cognitive retraining, interactive programs, etc. Plus, whenever they require medical care, we were there to provide care for them either in our center or at the residence. As time progressed, we were actually pushed by our seniors to start providing care at home, either for their own spouse or their relatives. That is how our facility-based care concept with home care started evolving over a period of time. In 2019 is when we really decided that we should grow aggressively in this market, because India is just getting ready for this at that point, was getting ready at that point in time. So we got together and raised some money and had the first facility set up in Bangalore. By God's grace and with the kind of support that we have got from our team, we have started doing very well. Over the last 3 to 4 years is what we have seen as a very tremendous growth and acceptability of this model in the market. For every model, I think you all know that there is to be right time for accepting that model. We can relate it to many elements. For example, treatment of infertility is something that is very common today, but which was not very common about 6-7 years ago. Every such branch in medicine have evolved over a period of time. Geriatric care is also one such branch that is just evolving at this point in time. We have now set up about 3 facilities in Bangalore. We provide all the 3 types of care, both in our facilities and at the residence of elderly. We have cared for about 4,500 elders in Bangalore, and we have done very well, about 90,000 nursing nights. And we have created a reputation for ourselves to be very ethical and loved by all the family members. That is what encourages us to grow further. And before I talk to you all about what our growth plans are, I would request Dr. Rima to spend few minutes about the types of care that we provide for seniors and elderly. And that's very important for you to just grasp. And then I will talk about the growth plans, and then we'll open it for questions. Before I talk about the growth plans, I want you to know that this market called geriatric care, which is outside the hospital, geriatric care is a very large market. The latest studies have shown that the current market size in India for outside hospital is about $20 billion. And we are just getting started with a formalized approach to providing these services in India. It's a very huge market and there's a huge potential. So we, being one of the early people who moved into this particular market to provide qualitative outside hospital care, have embarked on a very large and ambitious growth plan in two parts. The first part is basically we want to now expand our services and footprints beyond Bengaluru to two more cities and also extend very aggressively within Bangalore. That's the first large goal we have set in the first 12 months. We already have identified larger growth plans in Bangalore. In fact, two more centers are just getting ready in Bangalore for us. And we have identified Hyderabad and Chennai are the next two markets. As Dr. Reema rightly said, Hyderabad is probably the hospital capital of India, where you find the best surgeons, best physicians, and the best hospitals in India, led by, of course, none other than the Apollo Group. And people are very much aware and they want qualitative care for their family. So obviously, geriatric care falls into that space, and we actually want to be the pioneers in providing such qualitative care for people of Telangana. The next part of the story that we are looking at is extending it beyond these three cities. We also want to look at an aggressive growth in India, predominantly in the mid to southern part of India, where we are looking at Pune, Cochin, Trivandrum, and Vizag, and some parts of Tamil Nadu as our key focus areas. In all, we think in the next 2 years, we will increase our bed capacity to about 1,000 beds. As part of phase 1, we are extending it to about 350 beds in the next 12 months. Of course, when we say number of beds, it comes along with home-based care as well. For every city, we believe that we can provide about 300 to 400 families, support 300 to 400 families simultaneously. This is our ambitious growth plan that we have set for ourselves, and I think we are very lucky to get set up this facility in the heart of Hyderabad, which is in Banjara, very close to some of the finest hospitals and huge residential conclaves as well. And the response has been very good. We have just got started about a week ago. We wanted to meet you all once we actually started rendering the service. We already have elderly people who have come to us, and we have started the home-based care also in Hyderabad. And we are really looking forward to being part of Hyderabad and help and serve this community over here. This is our ambitious growth plan. I just want to talk about the money part of it, because for any brand to grow, you need money. Money is an important fuel, right? While we can talk about providing good service and the kind of credibility we have created, if we have to impact larger people, we need money to take this forward. I think we are very, very lucky to be supported by none other than Dr. Ranjan Pai, who is the chairman of MEMG Group, which is the holding group for the entire Manipal hospitals and the Manipal education in India. In January, about 2 months ago, we raised the initial funding from them, about $2 million. We have a roadmap to raise another $8 million from the group. We said that we will first demonstrate the phase 1 growth. In next 12 months, we will expand to 300 or 350 beds. I think we, with the Hyderabad expansion and Chennai, which is forthcoming, where we have already started our work, and expanding in Bangalore, we have already crossed that 350 bed mark. And I think it's just a question of few more months before which we actually tap into the larger expansion plan. So we get the support of one of the finest name from the healthcare, which is Dr. Ranjan Pai and Manipal Group. We are also collaborating with them in terms of understanding and getting a lot of insights about geriatric care, because they manage over 10,000 beds in India, and elderly care is very, very important for them, and they deal day in, day out with elderly, and therefore we have already started collaborating with the physicians and the network of Manipal as well. I think this is only going to add a lot of value to us, which in turn will add a lot of value to the elderly people whom we take care of. I think this is a good beginning. We just want to thank you all for taking time and coming over here, and I think it's good to interact with you all now and take certain questions from you all.